Hi everyone, it's another time to join Negxy's Instagram Live. We'll just wait a bit for everyone to join. While we're waiting, okay, I can see Anita has joined. Hello Anita. Please, when you join, drop a comment so that I can give you a personalized hello. Okay, I can see Ike. Hello Ike. Hello Oyi. Hello Sophie. Hi, welcome. Welcome to today's live. So we'll just be waiting a bit for everyone to join in. Today's live session is going to be very interesting and different. As you can see, I have a very special guest here and it's going to be a very interesting time. So call everyone you know, everyone that is interested in studying abroad, particularly in the UK and particularly in Birmingham City University. Tell them to join this live. Hello, Happiness. Oh, hello. Thank you so much for joining. Hi again, Sophie. Hi. Hi, everyone. So we can start off in 4 minutes' time. We'll just give some people some time to join. I can see that we're already tripping in our numbers. Please share the link. Share the link to this live. Drop a comment so that we can increase the visibility of this live session. Okay? So, as we all know, Negxy Concept Limited always goes live weekly on Wednesdays by 12 p.m. But today is Friday, and that is because we have something special lined up for you. So, you know that this is not the usual time that we go live, but it is definitely a special one. So, you want to stay tuned from the beginning to the end. You also want to share the link to people. There's going to be a lot of information. This is a special interview, a basic conversation, a chit chat between me and my beautiful guest here. She's going to introduce herself in a minute and we will just kick off today's live session. Okay? Okay, I can see that the numbers are still growing. Are you ready? Okay, so you can go ahead to start today's live session. Hi, my name is Ebunoluwa and I'm a representative from Negxy Concept Limited. I'm currently live in Birmingham. And the weather is a bit cold, but not too cold here. I think it's currently like 12 degrees, so we're able to wear our jackets and also warm up a bit. And I will just pass the baton over to my to my gorgeous guest to just do a brief introduction of herself. So hi, can we meet you, please?
So, hi guys, I'm Chisom, and I'm currently a student doing my master's in project management in Birmingham City University. Yeah. So I just came in last year, September. So I'm the September 2023 intake. Yeah, so basically.
Okay, thank you so much for that introduction, Chisom.
Hi.
So we have Chisom on today's live with us, and the purpose of this is to basically answer commonly asked questions.
Right.
We want to provide you with all the information you need to know if you're looking at studying in Birmingham this year or maybe next year or in upcoming intakes. Okay, so you want to stay tuned to this. So we're going to be running through a couple of questions. And if you see me looking down, just know that I have the questions here on my phone so that I don't miss out on any of the important or juicy details. So we have a few questions that are frequently asked by you guys. We've received DMs, we've received questions, and we're going to be providing answers to those questions. In addition, if you have any more questions that we've not been able to cover, just drop it in the comments. If we don't have time to take it, we can always revisit it or send you a DM to answer those your questions. So sit back, relax, and let's get into today's live session. Okay, so the first question I would like to ask our amazing guest here, after she has done her introduction, I want to just know, to start off, how did you get to learn about Negxy Concept Limited, and basically what motivated you to seek assistance from us?
Okay, so basically, I got to know about, I'm sure you know in Nigeria there are a whole lot of agencies.
Yeah.
But then I got to know about Negxy through Quinsley. And, I wanted a professional service, and based on her recommendation and my relationship with her, I trusted that, of course, for her to have recommended, Negxy, then it would be top notch. So
yeah.
I decided to just go with that.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's how Chisom got to work with us, and that's basically how she got introduced to Negxy Concept Limited
Yeah.
through a referral by our very own Queensley. I'm sure most of you are familiar with her, but if you're not, she's an amazing person, and it was through her that Chisom got to work with us.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that, Chisom.
You're welcome.
So we'll move on now. Like I said, I have the questions here on my phone, and I'll try to take them as quickly as I can so that we can cover ground. And not to worry, if you missed out on any part of this live, we'll drop a replay on our page, so you can just do well to just catch up and get yourself acquainted with the answers that we'll be providing today. Okay, so just to ask again, you mentioned that you arrived in the UK last year, so you were part of the September 2023 intake. I just want to find out, can you just share a bit of insights on how Birmingham City University has been for you, and what you really find appealing about the university in general?
Okay, one thing that really struck me about Birmingham City University is that it's actually located. So one thing, okay, now with Negxy, you get to, they do not tend to hide, information from you. They tend to give you a lot of information, important information you need for you to make, the right choice. So I got to learn that this school was situated at the heart of Birmingham, like guys, city center of Birmingham. So honestly speaking, when I came here, it was nothing short of what I was being told, and then the ambience of the school is really nice.
Yeah.
The lecturers are people's friendly, like they are ready to listen to you, So I just got interested with the large space auditorium, the classrooms, and they are very, very keen with sustainability, with their lighting and all. It's just everything is just really good with this school with Birmingham City University.
Oh, thank you so much. You can see that Chisom has so many favorites. She wasn't even able to just highlight or focus on one. There are so many things that she has found very appealing about Birmingham City University. And in my short stay here, I've seen that the school is actually very beautiful.
Yeah.
If you've been following our page, you see that we've been posting snippets or little videos about how the school looks, how the ambience is. There are so many things to see. There are so many people to meet. There are so many places to go. So Birmingham City University is a very, very beautiful university, and the ambience is amazing. Yeah. She has first-hand experience with the lectures, so she was able to say that the teachers have a personalized approach, and they basically help you and guide you through the process. I can see that I have a question, but I'll go back after we're done answering the questions that we have listed here. So please continue dropping your questions. Ifeolu, I can see your question, and I'll definitely attend to your question once we're done with everything we have listed here. Okay? Thank you so much for that, and thank you, Chisom, for that amazing answer. So we'll move on. We've talked about how she got here. She has talked about how she was able to work with us. She has also given us a bit of insight into how her experience has been in the school so far. So the next part we want to touch is basically the core of her program. So at the beginning, she mentioned that she was a project management student, right? And now she's going to just give us a bit of insight into how the program is and her experience with school life. So how is the course structure? How are the modules? What basically goes on in your program? And this is useful for someone that is looking at studying, project management at PCU. So Chisom, can you tell me what you find interesting about your program? What are the modules? What is the course like?
Okay, so firstly, for Masters in Birmingham City University, BCU, there is either you go on the research base or the thought base.
Okay.
For me, I went with the thought based, and Masters in Project Management. One thing I found interesting about, although the course is under the faculty of CEBE, we call it Computer Engineering and the built environment. So thinking about you feel like, okay, this is more of like an engineering thing, but then the courses are more like integrated. They've integrated procurement, we'll do even business and marketing, international business and marketing, contract law, research. It's really interesting. And guys, please try to network when you get here. Try to like meet, try to like meet, make a right circle.
Okay.
You know, because it really helped me a lot in my course, honestly, even with the presentations, coursework, every single thing. Just try to make sure that you're in the right team of people. Yeah. So basically, and to just summarize it all, if you're coming here to do a master's program, project management, just be open-minded, because when you're open-minded, then you get the best out of the lecturers. And then don't make it look like it's more of like an interactive section. You know, the classes is more interactive. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. The thing I love about this live is she's dropping tips like subtly, so make sure you catch all these tips. She has told you the importance of getting a good network even while you're studying, and how much of a hands-on approach it is. So you're coming here to actually study, you're going to get real-world experience, you're going to get a lot of information in your course. I'm sure this applies to other courses, right? Not just project management. So whatever course you decide to study or whatever line you decide to go through, you know that you're getting the most out of your money. You're getting experience, and you're also, you know, forming reasonable connections both in the industry and within the classroom. So thank you for that. That was that's a big sell for project management. That's thank you for doing an amazing job, Chisom. Okay, so now we want to move to the next question. And I just want to ask, now that you're studying at BCU, what has been the most interesting part of your academic journey so far? And you can basically compare this to, you know, your undergrad, because this is your postgraduate program. You're currently undertaking a postgraduate program. So, you know, comparing this now to what you've experienced before, what can you say has been the most exciting part for you?
Okay. So, would I say meeting people from diverse culture, you know, because UK, Birmingham, UK, it's more like they have this diverse culture. They open their arms to people from different backgrounds, and I found it interesting because I met with people. In fact, I'm friends with people from different countries now. Like me now, I have friends from Zimbabwe, Gambia, India, Ghana, you know, and it's been very interesting because you get to learn about their culture. You get to know about different things, so many funny things. I didn't even know that Indians, they worship cow until I met Indian people, you know. So honestly, it's been really amazing. That's why I still say, just try to network. You will not be friends with everyone here, but you just try to have that network, because you never can tell. You don't really know. You don't really know. So
okay, that's good, and that's an important life tip as well. So it's not even just for studying, right? You never really know. Networking is always an amazing opportunity for you to form good connections and good bonds. So like I said, this live is filled with tips and so much information coming from Chisom. So thank you so much, Chisom, for being on today's live. And we'll just go on to the next question that I'm going to read. Okay, so now we're going to move on to a very important part. Every part is important and every part is significant, but we have a lot of Nigerians and Ghanaians, because we operate both in Nigeria and Ghana, that ask us, okay, so what is employment like for me as an international student? So I want you to answer this question, you know, based on your experience and based on things that you've seen while you're at the UK. How is employment like? How easy is it to get a job? What are the jobs available? And would you say that there are job opportunities for international students looking to come to the UK, looking to come to Birmingham, or looking to study in BCU?
Okay, so first things first, as an international student, you are only allowed or permitted by law to work for 20 hours. And so with these 20 hours, I would say that, honestly speaking, nothing comes easy. You have to actually work for it. So you have to make sure the first thing you do when you get here, you know, after getting your BRP, of course, you start, you know, searching for jobs.
So, sorry to cut you off. What's BRP for those people that might not know?
It's like your biometrics resident permits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what BRP is. It's more like your identity. It's like an identity for you here. You can use it to work and basically.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, so make sure that you start putting up application, job application. Secondly, when you get to school, you have to make, I'm still saying it, honestly, this network, because I'm saying it because the job I got here was from a classmate.
Wow.
You know, I just spoken to him that I think, he just asked me, oh, do you have, and he was a Ghanaian, funny enough. He asked me, do you have a job yet? I said, no. I said, okay, there's a woman that needs, students. And I'm like, oh, wow, really? So, to just summarize it basically, one, keep applying, like...
So what are the popular sites you would say that international students can apply for to get jobs?
There is Indeed.
Okay.
There is Total Jobs. Total Jobs, yeah. There is also CV Library.
Okay.
And one other one. Sorry, if I remember, then I'll let you know.
Of course.
But these 3 sites, LinkedIn.
The popular LinkedIn. So this applies both in Nigeria and abroad.
Yeah, LinkedIn. LinkedIn here works like magical, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, so try to apply for jobs with these platforms.
Yeah.
And then you also try to speak up, my dear. You have to talk. Oh, yeah. If you have a problem, you have to speak up so that you don't even know whether it's the person sitting close to
that
you.
Can help you
that can help you out.
Yeah.
So these are the 2
major tips that you have. Thank you. Again, the emphasis is on networking. So as an international student, you don't want to come here and stay in your shell.
No.
You want to ensure that you're able to reach out to people, form reasonable relationships, and also try to form bonds and connections as well. And then she has given us a list of popular sites that you can go to apply for jobs. Not to worry, if you need a recap on this, like I said, this live would be posted on our page and then you can just catch up on the replay. Thank you for that, Chisom.
All right.
So we'll move on to balancing work and study. That means you have a lot to say. So as an international student, you get to work 20 hours in a week, like she has said. But I want to know, you already mentioned initially that here is hands-on, right? So you have a lot of projects, you have assessments, you have presentations. How can international students balance work and study? And how have you been able to balance your work life and your study life, and I dare say your personal life too, because there are so many things to balance. You want to get your social life, you want to work, and you also want to do well in your studies. So tell us, how have you been able to do that?
Okay, so I'll begin by saying that BCU, I'm sure they know that international students, you need to work.
Yeah.
You also have a personal life. So I really like the fact that you don't have to come to school every single day.
Okay.
So you are being taught 3 courses in a semester, and they could put classes for you maybe 2 days in a week. Okay. So you have just 2 days to probably come to school, do your schoolwork, and then you have the other days to actually work, go to work.
Okay.
And then one thing also with employers here, they tend to understand that as a student, you also have academic needs.
Yeah.
So they tend to work with your availability. Some companies will tell you to let them know your availability a week beforehand, every week. Like, I'm saying this from personal experience because I have to always tell them, okay, this is when I'm available, this is when I'm available. And they're able to, give you your 20 hours, So, yeah, it just works out like that. That you're able to balance school,
it.
The days you're not in school, you're either working.
Okay.
And then maybe if you're able to do your 20 hours within 3 days, you have 2 days to yourself.
So you basically just have to find the schedule that works for you.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be something too difficult. I hope prospective international students are listening to this. It is very possible for you to balance your work, your study, as well as your social life or your personal life. So that's something that Chisom has enlightened us today from her personal experience. And I hope that helps someone out there. Okay, thank you for that. Now, another key thing that we get asked about a lot.
Okay.
Where am I going to stay? How am I going to find a house? What's going to happen to me? Where am I going to live? We want to touch on accommodation. So I'd like to just ask you, how is your accommodation like? Are you staying on or off campus? And how were you able to secure accommodation? Did you get it before you came? Did you get it when you came? And, you know, just give us the inside gist about how accommodation has played out for you.
Okay. So, next year again.
Ah,
So they
a round of
did.
applause.
Okay. So they really did. Remember I told you that they tend to give you important information. So they really did a good job with letting me know that, oh, okay, it's actually possible to get an accommodation before coming here.
Okay.
And that there are some agencies you can actually use, like Rightmove and all. I didn't use Rightmove, but then Queensley helped me. You know, she helped me with searching for an accommodation. Like, she would always take pictures and then ask if it was actually nice and all.
Wow.
And with that, I was able to get somewhere. I live off campus,
Okay.
and I have to take a bus home. But then the transportation system here is really cool. Like, you know, that is really nice. The road network too is actually very good. So yeah, getting home is not a problem for me. And yeah, like I said, I got my accommodation through Negxy. Yeah.
Yeah, Negxy to the world.
And yeah, it's possible to get your accommodation before coming here. It's actually it's advisable, guys.
Yeah.
It's advisable, yeah.
Take it from Chisom. It's advisable to get your accommodation sorted before you get here, and there are so many agencies that you can use to help assist that process.
Rightmove.
Yeah, like Rightmove, and she has mentioned. Also, it's possible to live either on or off campus.
Yeah.
So, you know, regardless of what you want to do, considering your budget and considering the kind of space you're looking out for, it would be nice to take all these factors into consideration.
Yeah.
Would you say that it's advisable to live close to the school or far from the school? You know, you made emphasis that, oh, transportation is fine, the road networks are good. So, from personal experience, what would you advise? Can you advise someone to live like an hour or two away from campus?
Well, it depends.
Okay.
Because you could decide to live close to the school, and what if your work is actually far from the school? So it depends. It's really good to live close to the school though, because it will get to a time where maybe you have to meet up with deadlines, and then you have to maybe stay in school late or something.
Yeah.
But then, this place is really secure. You can move even by 12, and then we have the bus even running up until 12. So you can still get home if your place is, you know, not very close to the school.
Okay.
So both ways is a win-win.
Yeah, you just need to find a balance. So you can consider the location of the school, the location of your workplace, and then just find accommodation that basically meets somewhere in the middle, right? So that's something that is advisable for international students. Thank you again.
All right.
So we know you have a lot of questions about accommodation and how this is going to work. Please drop it in the comments or send us a DM at Negxy Limited, and we'll be sure to provide you with expert advice on that.
All right.
Okay, so now, still on this accommodation, what are the key tips that you would give someone that wants to begin this search for accommodation? Like, what are the things they should look out for? What are the kind of things they should avoid? What kind of things should they prepare beforehand that can help them secure accommodation faster or easier?
Okay, so first things first, you need to have your finance. You need to make sure you are prepared, financially prepared. I would advise to at least have maybe a 2 to 3 months accommodation, because any would I say landlord or house owner would love to know that you are able to keep up with payments. So just make sure that you are financially prepared. That's one. And then you also have to look at the environs. You also have to look at the environs. And like she has also previously said, if you're not looking at getting somewhere close to school, then maybe you're looking at getting somewhere close to your workplace or something. Or better still, city center. I mean, this is city center. It's like the center of wherever you're going to. You get buses from here. So if possible, you can also get, like, this should be your target.
Okay, getting accommodation around the city center.
Around city center or in city center is actually very advisable, because from here, I mean, you can go to any single place from this place.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you have there's this accessibility to there are also different companies here where you can also tender your CV or send in your So city center, yeah, that's true. City center.
So please note that city center is a very important thing to take into consideration when you're looking for accommodation. So try to get accommodation around the city center, in the city center, so that your transportation can be easy, and then you can also move around, you know, different locations that you're looking at going. Thank you for that again, Chisom.
All right.
You mentioned that finances is a big key or something to consider. I just want to ask, how frequently do you pay rent? So is it monthly, is it weekly, is it yearly?
Yeah, it's monthly.
Okay, so you pay your rent monthly.
Yeah.
So you need to ensure that you have finances to be able to meet up with that payment deadline.
Yeah. And then
Thank
also
you.
depending on your budget. So here we have shared apartments too. And very, very, in fact, it's a good thing because it's a good thing for us to know that BCU, they have this group of WhatsApp group where they post whether jobs or accommodation. Yeah, so you tend to, when you join this group, you tend to get information, updates on house accommodation, availability of house accommodation and all. So with that too, it can help you with your accommodation hunt.
Okay, thank you. And also a round of applause for BCU for helping their students to transition easily and to be able to get accommodations and also job opportunities. So yeah, BCU is a very student-centered community, I would say. They offer a lot of student support services. So you would want to consider that when you're trying to make a decision on what school to go to for your studies, okay? Thank you for that. Now, we're actually wrapping up very soon. So now I want to ask her, she has been giving us a lot of tips. If you've been following, you will know that one thing she has said majorly is networking, okay? Being conscious of the kind of people that you interact with, opening up and also forming like relationships with people in your course, out of your course, and all of that. But I also want her to give us more tips. So this is the section where I ask her to give general study abroad tips for anyone that is interested in studying abroad soon. What would you say based off your own experience and what you've learned so far that would be helpful to someone that is looking at beginning this journey?
Okay. So, number one, see, if you don't know God, oh God, if you don't know God, honestly, you have to be spiritually inclined. Number one, you have to know your God well because He knows the beginning from the end, so He will always see you through. He will always come through for you. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, my dears, finance. You have to be financially prepared. Like preparation, I can't even overemphasize on being prepared. You have to, make sure that you are prepared with this journey you're about to begin. And lastly, like I would always say, network. You have to always, speak to people, make the right connection. You might not really know the right connection per se. So that's why when you talk to different people here, then you tend to know who to keep. There are some people you need to keep very close, as very close friends. And there are some people that you just need to have them, at that distance because you do not know what can happen. They could be the ones that would refer you, You see this country, you cannot predict, You cannot predict. You don't even know who will be your helper. So you just have to speak with different people, not just in school, at your workplace, out of school, your church, your church. You have to also network with people, different places, honestly speaking. Yeah. And you don't have to have this bias of, I'm an international student, I will not be able to, maybe these white people, they are racist and all. No, not all of them are. Not all of them are. You should not, you should not have this bias in you. Be open-minded, guys.
Yeah.
Be open-minded. If you want to be in the UK, you have to be open-minded. And information is key. And how do you get this information? From people. From the right
She's giving
people.
you inside gist. Inside gist.
So yes, basically that's it.
Oh, thank you so much, Chisom. All these tips.
Also,
do you have something else to
when
say?
you get information, don't hold it. You also have to
keep the chain flowing.
Yeah, you have to keep it flowing, guys. Yeah, so yes.
Okay, so Chisom has done an amazing job in sharing tips and insights on how she's been able to navigate her study abroad journey. And this is also helpful for people that are looking at studying abroad soon. So remember, network, know God, have your finances prepared, and be open-minded. So it's very, very important. As an international student, there's space for you, but you need to be able to take these opportunities and have an open mind. Okay, we know that studying abroad is, a huge investment, but it's something that would pay off in return.
Yeah.
So do all you need to do, get everything you need to get so that you can go through this journey and by God's grace come out successful. So I have one last question that I have written down before we take the questions that we've received on our live today. Now, you've talked about your experience and you've talked about how it has been for you as an international student. I want to ask, so based on your experience with Negxy Concept Limited, would you be keen to recommend us to someone, or, how was it? How was working with us, and how would you say working with an agency like us helped your study abroad process?
Yeah, so if you listen to me, you'll see that the very important things like the school, information, accommodation, Negxy was more like the core of it all. So I really love when someone tells me how it is, when you give me the right information, and then I'm able to make my decision. I don't know how it is for any other person, but I'm just saying me personally. So honestly, Negxy, they've been really good. They've been really good. Even with, they tend to give you the right connection.
Okay.
Yeah, they tend to give you the right connection. So honestly speaking, I would refer, I'm not even sure it's supposed to even be a question because I won't be seated here
if you were not happy with our services.
And I'm sure you guys will not be stuck with them. You won't be on this live if you didn't feel like, oh, these people, there's actually something, more to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would recommend Negxy anytime, any day. Yeah. So they're really, they're professional and they're really good at their job.
Thank you, Chisom. A round of applause again for Negxy Concept Limited, and a bigger round of applause for Chisom. I want to ask you a personal question. Right. What do you miss the most about home? So it could be the food, it could be your family, it could be the traffic in Lagos, if that's what you miss. But what's one thing that you miss the most about home?
I miss family.
Oh.
Yeah, I miss my family.
So how have you been able to cope as an international student, with your family being at home?
So I tend to keep, contact with them always. And I've met really nice people here. I've made family here too. So, yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Thank you for that, Chisom. Right. Thank you so, so much for joining today's live. So now I want to just link forward a bit to check the questions that we've been asked so far. Okay. Okay, so this is just everyone saying hi. Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you. I think I got a question from Ife. If I can just get that. Oh, thank you. Everyone is saying, Chisom, you're doing well. Thank you. Okay, so if I asked, can we still apply for September intake? Yes, yes, yes. You can still apply to study in the UK and to study at Birmingham City University for September 2024 intake. Please send us a DM and we will kick off your process as soon as possible. So there's no time to waste. Now is the time to take action, and we would love to assist you to turn your study abroad dreams into reality. Okay, everyone, Chisom, you look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, we just have nice comments. This is insightful. Thank you for the tips. Thank you. This was when we mentioned about Indians.
Okay.
So someone commented.
Yes, so I was shocked.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. I don't think we have any questions during the live, but if anyone has any other questions, please send us a DM at Negxy Limited, and we'll be sure to answer your questions. So I think that's all for today's live session. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you to my beautiful guest Chisom for making our time to join me here today. Till next time, stay updated on our page. We'll see you next week. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.